I get a lot of people asking me questions about how to modify machines based on some type of rotational pattern that they may have. Maybe they've got a pelvis is turned towards the right, rib cage is turned towards the left. So how can we use machines and position them in a way that we can reinforce position, restore these compensations while actually still training? Hi, I'm Alex Zephyr, founder of Resilient Training and Rehab, and I've helped thousands of coaches and clinicians get faster and more consistent results with their clients. Let's get into it. The first exercise we're going to be talking about is a low cable row. I like this exercise for multiple reasons. First, it's a low reaching position. This is great for people who don't have a lot of range of motion. I find often that people don't have that shoulder flexion position, or they can't get into the high shoulder flexion. And so what they start to do is they start to go into these high to low pull downs where they don't actually have the range. So all they do is just flare their ribs, and they do all these other compensations in order to perform the movement. So this low reaching position is not only going to allow them to train where they're at, but also start to restore that shoulder flexion. Additionally, let's say for the context that we have a pelvis that's rotated towards the right. When we're doing this kind of exercise, we want to put our feet in a position that we can reinforce that rotation back towards the left. So we're going to do both sides. And there are a lot of people who say if there is a rotational asymmetry that we're going to do 2 reps on one side to 1 rep on the other. We're going to do the same thing with our arms. We're just going to make our feet into more of an asymmetrical position. Okay, so for this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to set up with our right foot forward and our left foot back. By doing this is naturally going to put the weight back onto my left heel, and it's going to allow me to use my right foot to push myself over towards the left. So even if I'm grabbing onto the row and I'm grabbing on my right arm, even though I'm turning towards this right side, I'm still able to keep this left heel heavy, so I'm grounded on that left side. So as I reach down, it's like I'm turning towards the left, and as I reach forward, or as I pull back, I'm still turning towards the left. The other thing I'm gonna do to reinforce this is I'm gonna make sure that my chest isn't turning towards this right. So I'm gonna keep my chest square, the inside edge of my right foot planted, the outside edge of my left heel planted, and I'm going to row keeping my chest square to the pad. As I go down, you're going to feel more weight go onto that right foot. As I pull up, you're actually going to feel more weight go onto the left foot. And this is just going to help with that rotation towards the left. Now, to really reinforce this left rotation using the left arm, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to position my right chest only on the pad. So I maintain the slight rotation towards the left. I'm then going to also going to reach slightly across so I can really maintain that rotation. Keeping this left heel anchored, I'm now going to grab, I'm going to pull, again, keeping that right chest only. I'm not letting my left chest turn, keeping the right chest planted, and that's going to allow me to stay onto that left side as I'm pulling. It's also going to allow the shoulder blade to wrap around the rib cage. So I'm opening the left upper back, which is going to, again, help with that rotation back towards the left. Okay, now let's talk about chest pressing variations that we can use and how we can manipulate this type of sternal pec press. So what I'm going to do is kind of the same setup for the row. I'm going to have my right foot slightly forward, my left foot slightly back. I'm going to make sure that the tag of my pants is going to be locked onto the pad so that I'm able to reinforce the position of my hips. So I don't want to be arching my back excessively. I want to actually push myself back into the pad with my feet. I'm then going to also turn my rib cage towards the left, so I'm heavy on the left side and the right side of my back and rib cage is off the pad. I can then also reinforce this rotation by grabbing onto the outside part of this left leg. And then I'm just going to press and then come across. Well, the nice thing is wherever the sternum is turning, that's the way that I'm going to be rotating. So as you can see, the sternum is turning towards the left, or you can see the logo of my shirt is turning more towards the left. So even as I'm pressing, it's almost like I'm pressing myself back into the pad, which is the kind of rotation that I want to maintain when I'm doing this. So again, if I'm trying to turn towards the left, I got this left pelvic rotation, I'm gonna do the same thing as the row. I'm gonna try to be symmetrical now on my back. If anything, I'm a little bit heavier on this left side. So what I could do is I'm not gonna reach across, but I'm gonna have my left hand on my thigh. And I'm gonna think about pushing myself back into the pad. So I feel the left side heavier. And then when I'm pressing, I'm gonna keep my chest square. As you can see, I'm now gonna be looking like I'm coming across my body with my arm, just because I have a slight rotation towards the left. So now I'm not turning into this right side, but I'm actually turning away. So now I'm getting that rotation towards the left, even though I'm pressing with the right side. So now we're gonna talk about, again, the same rotation towards the left, but we're gonna do it using leg extensions. So we're gonna do a single leg extension. We're gonna do the left side first, just so you can visualize how we're gonna turn into this left side. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab onto the handle and you're gonna pull the handle up as though you're pulling an emergency brake. What you're gonna feel is as I pull the handle up, your hip's gonna wanna go down into the pad. You're then gonna take this right hand and you're gonna grab onto the outside of your left thigh. That's gonna drive rotation towards that left side. And this pulling up is gonna ground that left sit bone. So I'm able to rotate towards the left. And then I'm just gonna do a single leg extension. And what you're gonna feel by having this rotation is gonna be a lot more work going on the inside part of the quad, which is exactly what I want in order to turn into this left side. So I get this pulling up effect here, I got this rotation, and now I'm really getting that inside quad to work. Okay, so now, this may seem a little bit weird, but in order to keep that rotation towards the left, I'm gonna have my left leg out towards the side on the ground planted. That way, you can see my hips are turning towards the left. So now every time I do this leg extension, I'm further rotating myself towards that left side. So I'm gonna grab on here, grab onto the pad, and I'm just gonna do my leg extensions as I maintain that left leg planted. So in this video, we talked about 3 different machine-based exercises that we can manipulate in order to address a rotation of the pelvis, rotation of the rib cage. It doesn't just require exercise on the ground. Although those are important, it's important to understand that when we train, we can still modify these exercises to get the outcome we want. If you want to learn how to use strength training in order to address compensations like this, check out my Rebuild Blueprint. It's a 12-week strength program broken down into 3 different phases that have over 800 people who have already gone through it and are already getting results. So if you're interested in that, click the link below. And thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, save, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.